to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. I don't have my sheet anymore because Amanda got rid of that. So we're being recorded and we open, where is it?
It's posted on
It's posted on the door. But thank you for coming. Amanda's gone tonight. Karen will be coming in. She had to work today, but we will go ahead and get started. Is there any public comment tonight? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to reports. Student council is up first.
Oh, yeah.
Podium. We don't want you blocking the camera. Thanks.
Well, our report starts off with the first day of school activities, which is past events.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Katie Harris.
I'm Chloe Evans.
And our report starts off with the first day of school for past events. And we started with class competitions. And we also introduced the spirit sticks, which are flags this year to each of the classes. And then we had a scavenger hunt to find all of these flags. And the juniors won, following with sophomores, and then seniors and freshmen were last. And then first day, we ended with everyone signing their flags and enjoying their ice cream.
For homecoming, we're gonna have an assembly on Monday with Air Mattress Olympics. I don't know if you guys saw the student council video, but there was some foreshadowing in that. The dress-up days are barbecue dads and soccer moms, Rhyme Without Reason or Twin Day, and Decades Day, and then Friday will be Spirit Day. And then we'll have guys volleyball and a relay race. We're still finalizing the details on the relay race. The parade is gonna be books themed, and we're gonna have the royalty in it as well. And it'll be a really busy week with volleyball on Tuesdays and Thursday, cross country on Thursday, football on Friday, and the full school assembly on Friday will be after lunch and before the parade.
And then we have ongoing activities that we are doing throughout the year. And we held all class meetings on Friday, which class representatives and officers were elected. And the representatives will now be joining student council in a lot of our meetings and other things. And we're also still making student council videos, which will be posted this at the end of every week, and one in production each week.
Our student council members this year are Chloe Everts, Katie Harris, Jake Cook, Austin Shellick, Elise Skarupa, Wyatt Ottoman, and Ruben Miller. And the class representatives are Sophia Shellick, Rita Larson, and Aubrey Alexander. So does anybody have any questions?
Anybody have any questions for these young ladies? Great job, ladies.
Nice
Thank
job.
you. Up next is FFA. Same group of girls. Is there double dipping tonight?
Yeah.
You guys want to use this?
Sure. Okay, so we're going to be telling you guys a little bit about the commodities tour that we went on this summer in July. Our agronomy team won it because we got third place, and normally it's offered to the first place and second place teams. The first place team, they can either do that or go to FFA Nationals, and so normally they choose Nationals, and then normally it's given to the second place team if they weren't able to attend, so we got to pick it up.
Yay!
First, we went to the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, and it was our very first stop. And we got to see a lot of mounts and learn a lot of the history about this in our area.
Next, on the drive, we went over Lolo Pass and got to see the Lolo Pass crossing and some really good views along the way.
Next, we went to Columbia Grain, and here we learned how they sort and transport and store a lot of the grain and pulse crops that come in not only from this area, but around that area as well. And we also saw how barges were loaded onto the river and how those get sent down.
We stopped at the Columbia Gorge Hotel, which was really pretty. It's a historic hotel and it has just a really great view and a lot of like brick along the way.
Next, we went to the Bonneville Dam, and here we got to see, well, we saw the dam first, and we looked around, and we also got to see the fish ladder, which lets fish coming up and down through the dam, and we also got to look through the viewing windows to see the fish. And then we went to the fish hatchery and saw a couple cool things there, along with a 11-foot white sturgeon.
We went to a wheat marketing center next, and we learned about like the importance they play in our nation and how they play a role in other countries too. And they test and make a lot of new products for companies that are trying new things out. We got to, this was our noodle line right here. This was some of the tests they made, and those Ritz crackers, we also got to see how those were made. So that was pretty cool.
Next, we went to Schaefer Transportation, and this they own tugboats and boat barges move up and down the river. So we learned the importance of those and what they do, and we also got to learn how to drive a tugboat.
Did you drive the tugboat?
Yeah, we all did.
Did you need anything? Okay,
Not
good.
this one.
We're close. Next we went to United Grain, which was kind of like Columbia Grain, the one we went to earlier, but it was just like 10 times bigger. And so that's just where all the grain goes to be exported to other countries. So that was really cool. And we got to see how it's put on bigger ships to be transported out.
Next, we went to Ocean Spray and got to see how craisins were made, and we got a whole tour of their facilities. And then after we went there, we went to a cranberry bog to see where the cranberries are coming from and how they're harvested.
And those raisins on the table were actually straight from the factory, like when we were there. So it's really cool. Then we went to Cannon Beach after that trip, and it was a long drive for sure, but it was definitely worth it. It was about 55 degrees outside, but we still played in the water. It was pretty fun. And we this is Astoria Bridge that we crossed along the way.
Next, we went to the falls, and we just took in the views from there, and we went for a little hike up, but that just took us to the bridge that you see up there.
One of the last tours we went on was the 3 Mile Canyon Farms, and it's just like a massive farm area. Like it just goes on for as long as you can see. And so we saw the cow, the dairy production part of it, and then here's some of the irrigation part of it. And this is the carousel that the cows are milked on. So that was really cool to see how that worked.
Then we went to Lake Coeur d'Alene for a little stop, and us and the officer team just got to take in the views, and we went for a little swim there. So
That's all.
That's all. How many days?
It was 6 days.
And was there groups from other states, or was it just you guys from
It
Montana?
was us two and one other girl from Joliet, and then the state officers.
Oh,
7 of them.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys got to see a lot.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and it was all expenses paid by the Montana FFA, so it's a really cool experience.
Paid by who?
Montana FFA
Oh.
Foundation.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, ladies. Thank you.
Chelsea, you got
Mr. Richard is at football game. Do you
I have a
have?
report. Yep.
Okay,
All right, Mr. Richard shared his report with me. His September SOAR Assembly is coming up on Friday, October 3rd, 1:30 in the new gym. I'd like to attend. September IET Intervention Assistant Team meetings are scheduled to take place on our PIR Day, Monday, the 22nd. Our new staff in the elementary took part in an iReady training. It was here on site, hosted out in the modular. That was on September 5th. Cooney Conservation Days, the 4th and 5th grade students tried their best, and I think all the folks out there that were a part of it and running stations did their best to try to make that happen on September 11th. I think they were there for about 15, 20 minutes before the weather sent them home. They tried their best to get that done. Second annual Ring Under the Lights event took place last night. Thank you to the sponsors for that event: Joliet Public Library, Friends of the Joliet Public Library, Northwestern Energy, and 4 Imprints. Also, thank you to the high school football, volleyball, cross country, cheer, FFA, and student council for their participation in the event. Anything to add, Mr. Adams, on Reading Under the Lights?
I think it went well. It was, it's more fun if it's out on the football field, but it was better to do it the way we did it. This year, they each got stuff bags with goodies in it. They got a flashlight and bookmark and stickers. And then they all got a reading log. And we have about 25 nice prizes that they can all put in as long as they turn their reading log in by the 13th, I think. We also had just a few homeschool, and we had a few from Frommer.
Yep.
So Kathy Gurrell came over from Frommer and helped us too.
who?
Who?
No, no.
Kathy grew up in Frommer.
Carla.
I didn't get
Kathy
help
didn't
it.
show up. Carla grew up. Carla grew up. Sorry, Carla.
Okay.
Carla did. You want a cookie?
All right, hats off to everybody for that. That's a great event, and I look forward to running it again next year. Hopefully the weather holds for everybody. Observations, first semester formal observations schedule was sent out to staff last week. Elementary observations will begin the week of the 29th and be completed by the middle of December. And just remember that per our processes, non-tenured teachers have 2 of those formal observations, and tenured staff has 1. Testing, 6th through 10th grade MAPS testing has been taking place the past 2 weeks. Should be completed by this Friday the 19th. Hats off to Mr. Warburton, Ms. Gruelle, Ms. Bergen, Ms. Nardinger, and Mrs. Nelson for their work on getting the kids tested. K-5 iReady diagnostic testing has been taking place over the last 2 weeks. Should also be completed by next Tuesday, the 23rd. Big thank you to all the elementary homeroom teachers for their work on getting those kids tested and rolling on their learning plans. Junior class PSAT is scheduled to take place on October 7th. Junior class ASVAB will be taking place on October 14th. The 25-26 testing information for the junior class, which is just a heavy testing year, was mailed out today to all junior class families with kind of a list of outlines all the testing that they have to take.
Great, any questions? Thank you. Middle school, high school principal.
All right. FFA has been busy at the start. As I'm reading through this, they had their back to school barbecue on the 3rd of September. Also, FFA and Honor Society coordinated and executed the 9/11 assembly, which was school-wide. Did a really great job. I think the students were very involved, and Mrs. Melton did a great job guiding them in that. District FFA leadership also headed to Belfry this past Friday, I think with right around 23, 8th through 12th graders. Today, Miss with several other chaperones or teachers went to the career fair with their juniors and seniors at MSC Billings. They all seemed pretty chipper when they got back at lunchtime. Like student council said, homecoming week is the 23rd through the 26th. Midterm is also that Friday, the 26th for high school. Our schedule is, kids are finalized and moving through their schedules. Our elective numbers, I think, look really good this year. As I'm looking through ag classes, 11, 8, 10, 7 or 8 in Woods, I think, with you, Mr. Price. 11, 20, but they look good throughout. Our classes are big, but
You want me to rattle them off? I have those two if you want.
sure.
Choir was at 5, band is at 20, art, yeah, huge, 22, 12 and 7, weights 25 and 26. Early childhood was 4, 5 in yearbook, mass media 12, 5 in drumline. So yeah, really good numbers.
And piano, we have
Piano, 4.
4 in piano. That they seem to be really doing well and enjoying it. So that's been good to see. As far as our electives go, we started formal observations in middle school, high school this week. Our IETs are also on the 22nd with our PLC day. And we're coordinating the student of the month again with the Masons this year. So at the end of every month, we'll do a K-12 pizza party. The Masons buy the pizza, bring it up, and all the kids have pizza together in the lobby. That worked really well last year, so we're starting that at the end of this month as well. And probably more than I missed, but we're busy.
Are the Masons still eating with the kids?
Yeah.
With the pizza?
It's really
perfect.
cool.
You still have the kids that go help down at the seniors who are up there?
Yeah, that too.
Did I
We
miss that?
started that today, Tuesday, yeah.
So you do have
Tuesday.
some that go down there and they just sign up to do that?
We actually have, there's one senior student that's doing it like for her service project this year,
Oh.
so she's going every Tuesday. The lunch schedule's a little bit different than it was last year, so our students are back in class for the full time, but her schedule allows her to do that. And so then, yeah, we have just an additional student that can go with her.
Do you do anything at Boyd? You did a
We're
little bit.
working on that. We did last
You did
year.
last year a little bit.
It's a little trickier to get to Boyd because there's some more travel involved. But we probably will. I did talk to Dawn Larash on that. They would take one if we had it. So we'll probably put an announcement in to see if anybody's interested.
That's good. I think those things are always good.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right, perfect, thank you. Activities director.
Hi, hello, I'm John Towner. I'm Activities Director along with Mrs. Hernandez. And the report is that we just kind of got sports rolling and it's been going really well so far. Cross country had a meet today up in Lake Hills and I checked the results and I believe pretty much everybody PR'd, which means we're getting great progress and seeing a lot of great things from our cross country kids, middle and high school on that front. Middle school volleyball, they're loving the Fromberg Co-op and kids are finding their position and starting to settle in. So they're starting to learn those concepts of volleyball. That'll help us when we get a little further on. Middle school football is 2-1. They're playing Elysian as we speak right now. Haven't gotten really any updates yet, but we'll see how that game goes. They're playing underneath the lights in a brand new facility, so they're pretty pumped up about that part. So high school cheer, they doubled in numbers and they're starting to look into some competitions, which is something we haven't been able to say for a couple of years. So Coach Ward's really excited about that. So I'm really excited for them as well.
What's the numbers that you, John?
She didn't give me an exact number on how many we have.
I believe it's 6, 5 or 6. Yeah,
Six.
just high school.
Yeah.
And then middle school is 4.
That's good.
So numbers are going up, which is good. That's what we're looking for on that front. High school volleyball, they're playing better each game, seeing a bunch of improvement, getting closer to the postseason, which this year Districts is in Big Timber over at Sweetgrass. So that's coming up. I believe it's Halloween, the 30th and 31st. So hopefully we can keep that progress going and see that improvement to where postseason play starts on there. High school football started off 3-0, got a really big win over Huntley. They play Roundup this week up in Roundup, and then next week's homecoming with Colstrip. So hopefully everything goes well there. A couple other notes. We got our Joliet Golf fundraiser this Sunday. We have 17 signed up. We got 12 whole sponsors, and Joliet Country Market is taking care of the meal for us on that front. So got a lot of great community support on that front and appreciate everybody who has. So that'll be going on Sunday at 10 o'clock. Any questions you guys got for me on anything at this time?
No questions?
Sweet. Sounds great.
All
Awesome.
right,
Thanks, guys.
thanks, Tom. All right, JTA.
All right, Tammy Gruel, Vice President of GT. So we have the most members that we've had since I've been here this year. So we're at 25 of the teachers have joined. We had a time to get together with the new teachers when they came in for orientation, and then we had a lunch meeting with all the old ones. We really got to kind of discuss, so that was really nice this year to be able to do that. So looking forward to negotiations this year. We have a meeting next week to finalize the committee that we're going to bring and those types of things. So we're looking forward to that. So, all right. Oh, any questions?
Any questions for
Those
the
numbers are
JTA?
good.
Yeah.
It seems like way back when I was here, it was like 7. I mean, I don't know, it wasn't very high.
And we were lacking high school ones, so it was good to see some of those come in. So. And
You know,
a
and
lot of the new teachers.
Hopefully the new teachers think about it. I know it's hard because their pay is not as high, but with the
But it's
stars,
based
maybe
on
that's
their-
better. So
The dues are based on their pay, so
that's good.
not everybody pays it.
Thank you.
Perfect, thanks, Tammy.
Thanks, Tammy.
All right, moving on, consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda
I'll second.
now that I have the right.
Ken has made the motion, Kelly has seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any board discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passed 7-0. All right, on to new business. Bus routes.
Bus routes, student crossings, and we have one neighboring district entry request. Discussion is included in the packet. All of the routes were presented to the Carbon County Transportation Committee on August 5th. We've also had a couple of weeks now for the drivers who run the route just to see that they're accurate. So the written description is included in the packet that was presented to the county. There are maps of them as well. In addition to that, you will see all of the places where the students have to cross the road in order to get off the bus and get home. The practice is we do the best that we can to work with families in which it's going to save quite a bit of time as opposed to having to run the whole thing and then get dropped off at the end, as long as it's a safe crossing. We really trust the judgment of number one, the driver, as well as Sam. He takes a look at all of those as well. Typically, we'll approve those, but there have been ones in the past that we have just deemed as not safe. So I think we're doing a good job with that. All of those crossings are included. And then Columbus is requesting to enter into our district on the Joliet Columbus Road. There's a student that's just, the student is actually in the Joliet district attending over there in Columbus. It was just discovered. Student's been there for quite some time. So they're coming in to grab that student and then flip it around. So recommendation is the Board of Trustees approve the district's bus routes, designated student crossings, as well as the neighboring district entry from Columbus.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Kelly has made the motion, Craig has seconded to approve the district's bus routes, designated student crossings, and neighboring district entry. Any board discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passed 7-0. Can you call Amanda? The next is personnel, and we need a full board. And so as soon as we get Amanda on the line because we can't start anything before.
Can we get a score update too?
Hi, we're in the board meeting. Clark would like a score update before we conduct any business.
Shoot.
28-0, not us.
But it's early.
Well, they have lights.
They're playing on the lights.
Yeah,
They're
Brandon
having,
Field have
okay, I'm
lights.
gonna put you on speaker.
All right, we are ready for our nepotism, Mr. Mager.
Jordan Grell for Assistant FFA Advisor. During the interview process for the Ag Ed Teacher, hiring committee discussed offering the Assistant Advisor position to Ms. Grell. Additionally, the topic was discussed at the Agriculture Education Advisory Committee meeting. Per Policy 1512, as well as Montana Code annotated, we need to take the appropriate action for a nepotism hire, which is that all of the trustees vote in favor while the relative abstains. In addition to that, we needed to post it in the paper. District Clerk Smith posted the notice on August 28th edition. Recommendation is the Board of Trustees hire Jordan Grell as the Assistant FFA Advisor for the 25-26 school year.
I moved to hire Jordan Burrell as the Assistant FFA Advisor.
I'll second it.
Ken has made the motion, Jennifer has seconded to hire Jordan Gruel as the Assistant FFA Advisor for the 2025-2026 school year. Any board discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All those opposed? And
I abstain.
so it has passed with 7-0 with one person abstaining.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda. Thank you. All right, on to September 16th Personnel Action Report.
We have one hire on the Personnel Action Report, Caitlin Nemechek as a paraprofessional. Recommendation is to approve the September 16th Personnel Action Report.
I move that we approve the September 16th Personnel Action Report.
I'll second that. Kathy has made the motion. I seconded to approve the September 16th Personnel Action Report. Any board discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passed 7-0. All right, on to non-resident enrollment.
Trustees are reminded to protect student information. There are 5 students this month on the non-resident enrollment list. I can tell you that all 5 students are currently enrolled in the district and were also enrolled in the district last year. It has just come to the attention that the families have moved over the course, and we just received that official documentation. So the recommendation is to accept the students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 25-26 school year.
So moved.
I second it.
It's been moved by Ken, seconded by Kathy to approve the attached list of non-resident students for the 2025-2026 school year, which are students 1 through 5. Any board discussion?
Is that, they've always been at the school, the family just moved to a different district, the kids remain?
That's right.
Those are good non-residents. That's good.
Any other
Yeah,
discussion?
stay.
Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passed 7-0. Policy reading, I believe policy took some time off.
Policy took the month off, so there are no first readings.
On to old business, second readings for a couple policies.
Recommendation is the board of Trustees approve the second readings of 2334, 2450, 5123, and 8560.
I'll move.
Second?
It's been moved by Craig, seconded by Ken to approve the second reading of policy 2334, 2450, 5123, 8560. Any board discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passed 7-0. On to discussion and informational items.
Policy 3665. I'm going to do my best. Felicia will catch me if I'm wrong. So we adopted the policy, so it's included as informational. We adopted the policy as 3655 to the first reading, to the second reading. With it, MTSBA then changed the number of that policy to 3665. So we just wanted to include that as informational. If you're looking for 3665, that it was changed out of control on our end. We don't know why they did that, but we uncovered it when we were updating our policy manual. So that is why that is included for everybody's review. We had 2 policy committee meetings last month. 2 committee meetings, one of them which was policy on August 12th. The budget committee was together to review year-end 24-25 budget information and did a preview of the 25-26 budget presentation, which we all saw later in the day. Trustee financial statement is, we're going to pass that around.
It's in the drive.
It's in the drive
Yeah.
for everybody
Well,
to,
this is
excuse me,
elementary.
is in there. Felicia, do you want to touch on the trustee financial statement at all?
Yeah, they're a little later this year. Usually we include it in the August board packet, but I'm still waiting on information from the auditors to get those done. It's basically the financial status of the district. There's not really any changes we can make to it, so it's not an action item that the board votes on. The board votes on the budget, but it is in there for informational purposes, just so you can see the financial health of the district. It includes balance sheets in there. It also includes all the different revenues and expenditures for all of the funds for both the elementary and the high school budget. Happy to take questions. It's 44 pages per TFS statement, so happy to answer questions if you guys have any.
Any questions
there.
for Ms. Felicia or concerns or?
We could probably do a whole presentation on the TFS and how to read it.
You could.
Or
No.
we could
Or we could just,
We trust you.
we'll put it as a discussion item. You can peruse it at your leisure.
Well, I will say I've heard from other clerks in other schools that the budget process this year has been horrific, and I appreciate the fact that you made it through.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work,
It's
and it was
been
not easy
brutal
this year.
for, yeah, every clerk in this county has had problems this
And
year.
I think even further ranging.
Oh, yeah, when we had our training in Billings, that was OPI got an earful.
All right, thank you. On to enrollment.
Monthly enrollment, those figures are updated. So at the time of the board packet, 398 students is where we were sitting. It's about, as you can see, about 20 up from where we were at in June, which, is kind of typical of things as they shake out over the summer. We talked a lot about in our budget presentation this year that driving force behind next year's budget is largely rooted in your enrollment numbers. And they take those 2 counts. They have the fall count, which is that first week of October, and then they have that spring count in February. So it's good to see that number where it is as we, kind of look at that fall count date, which is coming up.
Do you think that 8th grade class is gonna stay high in those numbers once we hit high school?
That's big
Mhm.
compared to the other one.
It's a fun age too.
What's that?
It's a good age too. 42, 8th graders. I almost grew up.
Oh, they're fun.
I think
So,
most of them have been here, I
yeah,
mean, most of that class has been here the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are.
so those are there, and then we also just have all our employment updates, anything that's there. The only one that I'll speak specifically about is the volunteer opportunity. We opened up a box on the employment page for anybody interested in judging speech and drama. Bob is working with Park City to co-host a meet, but we're going to do it here in Joliet. It takes, I think, every space that we have, every closet, every classroom, both things of the modular, everything's going to be in use. I think we need over
80 something.
Yeah, I was going to say 70, but I think it's
I
higher
think it's closer to 80 something as well.
than that, and no experience necessary. Right, so I know you're thinking, oh, I've never done it before, I can't do it. No, you can.
So board members can all
All
volunteer.
the board members can
But no
volunteer
experience.
to be there. And it's just it's a good look into kids and how they're performing and what they're working on that you don't typically get to see. So I would encourage everybody to do that. Like I said, you probably, is there a rule, Ken, on, you might not get to judge your own kids or not? Probably not.
I hope that that's the case.
Yeah, when I judged, I couldn't.
You shouldn't judge a relative.
Right.
Yeah, I can't judge
You
that.
can judge
that
You
whole
can judge
event.
Joliet
school.
kids.
We can
Okay.
do Jolly at school, but we shouldn't
Yeah,
do
you
it.
can't, so if your kid's in an event, you just can't be in that event.
And there's a lot of events. So. And the nice thing about it is you can go through and pick the ones you want. And say, I don't want to do Lincoln Douglas debate, I'm not smart enough, so I didn't pick, the other ones. The other ones I did, so I encourage you to do it. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah. All right, and then the last thing is we put a letter, Mr. Counter and myself worked on this. There's still a little bit of discussion in the community about the potential to offer baseball as that becomes kind of like an increasingly popular sport. Obviously, Joliet is not in a position to, offer this year. We're not in a position to host it, in the future, really, at all. We do have, I know one student in particular, and then probably, a couple more who are really hoping for the opportunity and just wanted to express their interest in the ability to play this spring. The board may or may not recall, we did reach out just initially to Laurel because the softball co-op is there. And at this point in time with them just getting their program there, I think they felt like they had the numbers that, they weren't really interested in co-oping baseball. Columbus, I don't know for sure, may or may not be, but I didn't think it hurt to send a letter over there just to see where their superintendent is and maybe ultimately see where their board is on this. But you see a little bit of the background there. We included obviously the benefits that we think we'd have. We included the survey data that in November of last year showed that 4 students may participate in this. We are proposing that, we might participate in this on a 1-year basis just this spring in hopes that the Carbon County Baseball Cooperative is going in 2 years' time. There's, work being done on that from Red Lodge Schools, Bridger Schools. I believe that Bridger is still pegged to kind of be the home of that field. That was largely due to they have the space, and then there was some climate considerations that they just see a little bit of less snow over there. I do think that that's probably going to be going in 2 years' time, and I think it'd be a good thing to offer for our students. But as a patch to get there, this year, I think this is a good opportunity. I don't know what ultimately Columbus might charge for something like that, if anything. Those would be conversations that we'd have to have. I do know that I talked to Mr. Fitzgerald up in Red Lodge. He's the superintendent. They have the bus that is already taking Red Lodge kids to Columbus. It comes right through Joliet. And he's happy to have our kids hop on that bus. So there wouldn't be any transportation fee for us. We wouldn't have to have a driver or anything to get over there. So I think that, like I said, for a one-year option, I think this is a good opportunity, if Columbus wants to go. So my thinking would be any discussion, any questions that you have, and then I'd like to see it maybe considered next month.
Any discussion on that?
Is that all students would then get to play, or is it all?
It's a
It's a
competitive.
tryout competitive, so we might have 4 go over and 2 make it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get cut, and, those are kind of the questions I would ask,
Yeah, I think
which I
those-
assume it would be, not just everybody gets to go,
right.
but I would assume it would be competitive and tryout type of process.
I suspect it is. I don't know if they're running a JV team.
Not that I'm aware
And so you figure you get 9 people, and if you're taking Columbus, Red Lodge, Joliet, I would suspect it's going to be pretty competitive with those numbers.
I don't know
That's
how many
almost
they can have
600
on a team.
kids that's almost 600 high school students, boys and girls, kind of in that enrollment figure. We punched that. That's a lot, 300 boys.
Any other questions regarding that? I'm cruising. All right, there is some correspondence.
Yeah, we had a nice letter from Kyla Phillips. She wanted to thank, who was on the committee? We couldn't remember. Karen, Amanda?
No,
I was, I'm not-
Kelly, Karen, and
Kathy. Yeah, nice letter from Kyla. For those of you guys that took the time to do the interviews and make the selections for the Todd Family Scholarship. So thank you to you guys.
Suggested topics for next board meeting: interior grounds walk. We did exterior tonight. Quarterly superintendent performance review. Anything else? Perfect. Next board meeting is October 21st, same time, same place. And this meeting is adjourned.
Make sure you let Amanda know what time we adjourn. You ran it good. You ran it
I
tight.
know.
I want Amanda to know. So you send her a text right now, and say,
Yeah.
we are adjourned.